Soul Story, my first time. In my life as an intuitive, I'm being honest when I tell you that I've mostly battled demons. Another psychic medium, who I admire a lot, said that it's not common to encounter demons, but in my life, it is very common. That's how I knew God assigned me to that particular battle. But I do encounter entities or spirits quite often. The first entity that I dealt with was in my house when I was in my 20s. This is when I learned how to clear a space. I have been feeling things in the house for at least a month, but I was young and still in denial of my abilities, so I ignored it. I started having dreams in black and white. This was very confusing because I always had dreams in full color. I would be awakened by a woman's voice calling my name. It was super scary, but I was good at ignoring it and pretending it was something else. But underneath, I was having a heart attack. Each night, the voice grew stronger and louder. One night, I came home very tired from work, and I sat knock-kneed on my bed and turned on my TV. I was spacing out, and that's when she decided to introduce herself. I suddenly felt the weight of someone's body sit down on my bed behind me. It was like they were taking their time, going very slowly. My body began to sink backwards in response to the weight I was feeling on my bed. I jumped up and ran for the door. I honestly thought a raccoon got in our townhouse because they had been getting in people's homes. I stopped myself and turned around. I couldn't see her, but I knew she was still sitting there looking at me. I could feel her. Out of fear, frustration, and upset, I yelled every obscenity I could and told her to leave. I was near tears. I was so scared. She left me alone that night, but she came right back. One evening, my roommate was downstairs in the kitchen, and I gained the strength to go and speak to her about it. I told her to have a seat because I wanted to ask her something. I could not get the words out. I stuttered, I stalled, until she interrupted me and said, "You want to know if I've seen the woman upstairs going from your room to my room?" I was stunned and relieved. We both gave the same description of the woman. She said it didn't bother her, but if it bothered me, she could have her mom come and get it out. I was so confused. I said, "Your mom?" She said, "Yes. My mother used to clean houses in Peru. They were Peruvian. And I don't mean clean with a mop." I said, "Yes, call your mom." One evening, I was watching a documentary on a murderer from the 60s. These are not the type of shows I watch, but something made me watch it. This man tortured and murdered a group of nursing students who were renting a house together. I bawled while listening to the details. I was an absolute mess, and I felt very heavy and depressed. At the end of the documentary, they showed pictures of each student nurse. The last picture was the woman I saw in my room. I was stunned. But shortly after, I felt lifted and did not feel the heaviness anymore. I'm sure she wanted to let me know who she was. When I arrived home the next night, I was ready to send her on. My roommate was sitting in her room, but I did not see her mother. She said, "My mother said we can do it." She actually said we will do it and that we're both capable. And there came my heart attack again. We started the clearing, and I could feel the spirit walking with us. I got super dizzy and almost passed out. I felt her leave, and when she did, I felt the depression leave me. I honestly think she was bugging us so we'd send her on. When we returned upstairs, I asked my roommate if I could sit with her. She said, "When we went in your room, the hairs on my arms stood up. She was all over your room." She did not return, and we knew we set her free. But I'll never forget my first time.